Hello and welcome to episode 3 of I Will Cast Anything. Today we're on a map that even I recognised. It's Cloud Kingdom. We've got KingJulien, a Zerg player, in the blue in the top right hand corner, and in the bottom left is my buddy. It's TheSituation. Now the two games I've cast so far have been TVP, but now we have a TVZ, so we'll get to see some different tactics from our main man, TheSituation. We'll see what he decides to play. He's had a pretty aggressive style versus Protoss. I suspect he's also going to be aggressive against the Zerg. The Zerg player is not going for an early hatchery. We're going to see a standard play, it looks like, from him. Good luck, have fun. Sending his overlords out onto the map looking for stuff, and it doesn't look like particularly aggressive builds from either player, based on the fact that none of them are throwing down any very early production buildings. Situation is putting his barracks down behind the mineral line of his natural here, which I believe I saw him do the last game. I'm not sure why he does that. This should be the second hatch coming down a little bit after the 2-minute mark for KingJulien. And TheSituation the first to take a gas. And the scouts are out here. KingJulien getting his drone in much quicker. He's not going to see the barracks down there in the natural straight away, which might confuse him a little bit. He's probably going to wonder, is there a proxy barracks somewhere that I've missed? That might make him, yes, look! He's playing a bluff! He's trying to fake him out. He's told him, wait, he is building a proxy bunker. Oh, okay, I thought he was just trying to fool him by hiding his barracks to make KingJulien think there was a proxy bunker. And now he's now flying his barracks up to finish his wall here. Also factory coming down. Now we see the spawning pool coming down for KingJulien, and he has pulled his drones, a lot of them anyway, to sort out this bunker. Forces to cancel. I'm not quite sure what the situation was hoping to achieve with that. You'd have to be pretty lucky to pull that one off. Spine crawlers coming down now, so he is worried, I think, there's a barracks out somewhere on the map. He doesn't seem to be scouting for it particularly hard, but I think he's concerned because it's pretty early to be putting a spine crawler down in your natural. Instead of, still no gas here for the Zerg player. Getting that reactor up. Just hovering his factory here at the moment. Oh, he's building a second command center here. Okay, so he's getting ready to expand. This is definitely a much more conventional play, apart from his little bunker up here. I think TheSituation is playing a bit more of a macro game here. We do have a Zergling out now, and Hellions coming out from the factory for TheSituation. Very good harassing unit, especially against the Zerg. Still lots of drones from KingJulien. He's very much playing a macro game, although still no gas taken. Both gases up and running. Oh, says KingJulien. Oh, I forgot to take any gas. Do have a couple of Hellions out on the map now. Let's see if he's going to be going in with 2 to give some pressure. Also, Banshees coming. Finally, 4 gas going down. Some creep spread starting to happen, but not much in the way of unit production. Zergling speed needs to be a priority at this point. Hellions parking up outside. Starport going up pretty early. A cloaking field being researched. Okay, so cloaked Banshees. Sorry, that Stargate's been up for ages, huh? fucking rubbish. Just keep his Hellions away from this Spinecrawler, and if you can get him behind the middle line, but he's pulled very cleverly there. And some of these are going to get taken out here. I don't think that's particularly profitable engagement. Let's see here. Buttons. 7 workers. Okay, that's pretty good. And he did get some Zerglings too. And now he's just going to wait. 1 base build, asks Julien. No, this command center is done, but he's not floated it down yet. Okay, that's Zerglings. That's why. So, a slow build up then. Not many Marines out for the situation. He's playing, again, a more longer paced game, a more slow paced game. So he did have out some harassing units, but not really a major army yet. Stim on the way. We'll see if he sends in a cloaked Banshee early on here. Zergling speed coming. But pretty sparse. Got a roach barn. Got a spawning pool. No evolution chambers yet. Here are our Banshees going in for the cloaked harass. Doesn't look like there's anything over here. We do have an Overseer morphing, so KingJulien is expecting this. And he should be over here. North, let him kill his workers. Not moving there, he finally noticed he's bringing his Overseer up to speed. Starting to go down on his close Banshees, but so many drone kills. Oh my days. 13 workers killed already for the situation. He's doing very well with his harass here. Meanwhile, he's getting +1 weapons. We do have double Evo chambers now for KingJulien, so starting to upgrade here. Still yet really to see him put much out on the field in the way of units. He does have a couple of roaches out, but not any. Yes, more roaches on the way. Many more roaches. That's good. He's starting to spread his creep down onto the low ground here, which is also good. Situation's starting to build up. That Marine Marauder ball with the medevacs on top, and he's also got a group of Hellions that it looks like is heading out to do some harassment. Shouldn't have any problem with these roaches. Well, he's using the Marines and the Marauders to support, and 1 Hellion does go down, but it's like the situation might be baited into making a little bit of a push here. These roaches would certainly put a stop to that pretty quickly if they were to come forward. And there are a lot of spine crawlers down there. The roaches are coming down. This is going to be, I think, I thought it would be bad news, but the Queen goes down. And the situation is able to push up towards the natural of KingJulien. The Lings are going in. They're not doing much damage. The roaches are wearing down these Marines pretty rapidly, but not rapidly enough. No, well, it doesn't like the situation is going to clear out those roaches. I don't think he's got enough left to get past those spine crawlers, though. Threw down a scan to bust some creep tumors back there. Now he's going to head and take out this third. It's pretty unprotected, and this is bad news for KingJulien. Can he clear this out with these Zerglings here? He needs to go baneling next. Yes, he is morphing in some banelings right now. That's going to help him with all the units. And that third base does go down, so this is a pretty big disadvantage now, and with all those workers killed, 20 now, he's going to be behind in production. The situation has 2 bases fully saturated here, oversaturated. He should probably think about taking a third once he cleans up these pesky Zerglings. But we do have upgrades going down for KingJulien now. We do have Burrow on the way. We have an infestation pit coming, another hatchery going back up here, and I think a macro hatch going down as well, yes. So his unit production is going to be doing okay pretty soon. We've got banelings. No baneling speed yet. I love banelings, me. Especially once they get those centrifugal hooks. Roll around, they look so cute. Situation going heavy marine still. Getting combat shield. No tanks as of yet. And he hasn't really pressed in with any harassment after that initial wave of cloaked banshees. We do have spore crawlers in the mineral line here. And here. A lot of spine crawlers too. Does get that third back up. What's our drone count looking at? Yes, this is definitely bad for KingJulien economy wise. He's just spawned a whole bunch of drones though. He needs to get this third base up and running. Situation pushing out again now. Still not wanting to take a third, but probably could do so pretty safely. He's got map control. What is there going to be to fight this off? Not much. But obviously he will morph in more banelings here. Hellions are going to go down. Oh, big baneling hit on the Hellions here, but he's probably going to take down this third again. Yes, he does. These Marines, Hellions are chasing in, flaming down the Zerglings. Oh, the Infestors are out, but it looks like, oh, good fungal there on the Marines, but there's nothing else there to help clean it up. And look at all these Marauders. Oh, he's loading up for a drop. Is he going to drop into the main base here? It looks like that's his plan. Lots and lots of Zerglings on the way to try and help with this massive drop in his main base. There are some Infestors coming up as well. What can he get done? Fungal on the Marines, fungal on the Marines, fungal on the Medivacs, fungals everywhere. The banelings go in, and this looks like it's going to be cleaned up. The macro hatch did go down, but the Situation's army has been ruined. Still pretty much even there after that massacre by KingJulien. That pretty much evened it out in the units lost resources count. So all these spare Zerglings left over from the defense streaming across the map now. Plenty of Marines here, but the SCV's coming as well. Oh look, it looks like that third is going to go down finally. He has Situation done well in denying KingJulien that third base for so long. That really is going to hurt the Zerg player in the long run, but 2-2 just finishing up for the Zerg player. Lots of banelings morphing in down there, and the Infestors. He needs to get baneling speed here, and he's rebuilding. He's building his third in a different location now, and rebuilding his macro hatch to get back up to speed. Oh, and the Zerglings are going to go in and maul all of those workers in there. Meanwhile, the Infestors, beautiful fungals, cleaning out all these Marines and Marauders. This is not looking good for the Situation at the moment. These Infestors are causing him a lot of problems. He is going to push this back with all these Marauders though, but look at all those fungals. Is he going to lose any more? No, they just will stay alive, but all of those workers taken down. 26 workers killed now to 20 for the Situation. So I think KingJulien is starting to maybe get back into this game. He's going to try and go up to 4 bases now, and lots of Zerglings coming out all the time with those 2-2 upgrades. Those Zerglings are going to be very, very effective. More Medivacs, more Hellions coming, more Marauders, more Marines. Not really much of a transition in unit composition yet from the Situation, but we do see the Spire going down, so we're going to see some Mutalisks and potentially some Banelings from KingJulien. This could be interesting. Situation restocking at the moment, getting up to speed on his upgrades, getting 2-2 on those Marines and Marauders. But I think he needs to do a bit more. Overseer coming in here to do some scouting. He'll see that the third is back up and saturated, so the income doing pretty well for the Situation now. Although KingJulien, if he can defend these new bases that he's got up, should be able to take a lead in income. Looks like we're going for the runaround here, taking his force way around the north end of the map. And he will be spotting, oh look, he's going to be able to snipe down with his Hellions from the high ground onto these workers. But look at all these Zerglings. Look at all these infestors. He can use his fungals well, he can get out of this. Some infested terrors going down. Now the Zerglings get a good surround on these front units, but no, the infestors are pushing up too close. They do get one good fungal down, and the banelings come in. Oh, they're tearing through the Marines and the Marauders. Only the medevacs left. They're going to have to run away. And now that the spire is up, we should be KingJulien, that is, should be able to get some Mutalisks out to take down these medevacs, which have been the only part of this army that has been plaguing him so far. We do see a fourth going down from the situation, but still just going for those Marauders, going for those Marines, going for those Hellions, getting 3 weapons on the way. So just sticking with his unit composition, sticking with those tier 1 units and grinding away on the tech. Greater Spire coming, so it is Broodlords and Infestors, a potent combination. It will certainly cause problems. Corruptors coming in now. Think we know what those are going to turn into. Right. Both players moving out into the middle of the map here. It looks like there's going to be an attempt by KingJulien to take out the fourth here, which is up and saturated very quickly, although looks like the main... Oh no, he's just moved his... Very clever, very clever. Look at all these fungals. Again, great work with the fungals. Not as many banelings. We needed more banelings to really make that work. He's going to be pushed away. He's going to lose some of his infestors. Tossing a few infected terrans behind him, but it's not going to be enough. They're going down one by one. Does get off one last fungal, and these units are very low on health. Not quite the right balance of units there, I think, for KingJulien. I think he went too heavy on infestors, too light on the Zerglings and the banelings, and so the Marines and the Marauders were able to just weather the storm of banelings and then charge head on into infestors. This team is going to go down pretty quickly. We do have some Zerglings streaming down now. Microing back here, but that's just too many Zerglings. Oh my. The infestors come back down, get off one quick fungal, and then quickly beat a retreat. Doesn't want to lose any more though, KingJulien. He has lost too many. And the Zerglings can't clean it up. These upgrades are just doing really well here. The probes are pulled to try and save this fourth base. He's been losing bases over and over again, KingJulien, in this match, and it's got to take a toll. This fourth is going to go down. These corruptors aren't going to do much yet. No Broodlords. Oh wait, we do have Broodlords. 5 Broodlords out here. That is going to turn the tide and let KingJulien clean up this latest attack. But the situation is still on the front foot. Has been on the front foot for most of this match. But he's lost his whole army again. He needs to get it back. KingJulien in the lead with workers, but long range mining now. He's mined out his first, he's mined out his natural. He's only really working off one base fully mining at the moment. The situation does have 2.25 maybe bases mining. Oh, we do see a push from some Broodlords here, but the Vikings are out, and the Vikings are going to push forward, and they're going to eat through these corruptors, and then they're going to start in on the Broodlords. One goes down. The infestors are trying to come up to get some fungals, but it's just not working. They need to throw out more infesting terrors to deal with those air units. The baneling hits! Oh man! Taking out so many Marines, and now the infestors can push up. And look, again, he's run out of Zerglings to protect his infestors, so he's relying on these Broodlords here. Only one Broodlord left. I'm not sure what this Viking is doing here. And he's just not got enough left. He's going to have to pull back. He's got all these infestors, but he can't use them. I think he needs to go more infested terrans, maybe. He's not going to bring as many Zerglings with. He's just having to run back across the map with all these infestors all over again, and they're getting picked off and picked off and picked off. He's got this fourth up and running again. but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. You feel like the tide is slowly turning in the situation's favour. The unit production just not there anymore. 6 more broodlords morphing in, but there's not much here. If the situation was to push now, you would gain a big advantage very quickly. We have another base going up, so back up to 3 bases mining will the situation be. Marine force building up again, and he's still not really transitioned into anything except this Marine Marauder medevac combo. He's added some Vikings to help deal with these broodlords, which are coming now, but look at this. Where are the Zerglings? We've got Corruptors, we've got broodlords, but I think this is going to be too easy to be beaten off again, although there is quite a vulnerable base down here. There's not much in the way of defense going on. The situation is going to have to run across the map very quickly to deal with this, because all these broodlings are going to take this down very quickly, but here come the Vikings. There are some infested Terrans going down, but just not enough. One broodlord goes down already. Now the Vikings have to retreat, but look at all these Marines coming up. Vikings have been taken down by the Corruptors. The broodlords are pushing forward. The Marines skim in. Oh, and they all get bungled. Where are the banelings when you need them? These Marines are so low on health. Still pushing up though, and that's the GG. All the broodlords were gone.